On this week's episode of the SheerLuxe Podcast, we discuss the VMAs from our favourite performances to best and worst dressed. Is Ricky Martin hot? I think he might be hot.
Fair.
He's wearing this not quite buttoned down, maybe just a big deep V mint colour shirt. Okay. I was like, that's actually quite a vibe, Ricky. We also chat about what is on our autumn fashion wish list, including the high street knitwear we're all obsessed with.
I, in the end, invested in a different COS sweater that was also cashmere and grey. I wore it all the time and it was such a good buy. I do think COS knits are really difficult to beat.
Our current ride or die beauty products.
The L'Occitane shower oil. Something about that, the smell of it, the feel of it, it just gets me there.
And finally, we discuss whether if you received an engagement ring you didn't like, would you keep quiet or say something?
It keeps me awake at night, it actually does.
But
I know that sounds really shallow. So
Yeah.
we're not going down the Samantha route of wrong ring, wrong guy.
Yeah. It's all on this week's episode, so keep on listening. Welcome to the SheerLuxe Podcast. I'm your host, Polly Sayer, and today I'm joined by Harriet Russell and Sapna. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. We're just saying we're in all white together, aren't we?
I know.
Matchy.
Did not get the memo about the all white looks, but you're both
come on,
looking very chic.
Thank you very
Gorgeous. Right, before we get into it, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and reach more people. Let's talk about the outfits, shall we? Because they are so good. Sapna, what are you wearing?
I'm in head to toe Primark today. We have obviously shot a couple videos for them. And basically this pair of denim was, as soon as I put them on, I was like, I need them in my wardrobe. So this is a pair of Ecru.
Yeah, Ecru, I think we were calling them on the day. Because they're it's an off-white, aren't they?
Yeah. Primark straight leg denim. And then this is just a lovely white shirt. It's a very good material. It's not that too thin sort of vibe. And then these I keep going on about, but they're like a fishnet shoe, but it's got a padded bottom, which I just feel like
important.
Just changes the game, to be honest.
Yeah, Primark too.
These?
The shoes.
The shoes, yeah.
Amazing.
They're very good, aren't they?
Yeah, obsessed.
I've tried them on and they are super comfy. And they're a good transitional shoe.
Yeah, but they're denim. I don't know if you've tried any of it, but it's genuinely when we would, every single piece we put on, we were like, oh no, this is very, very good. Very good.
Feels like really good quality.
Yeah.
And the fit is so good. I don't know, true to size. There's no variation between washes and stuff. Big fan.
Yeah. I don't know if you know much about the campaign that we've done with them, but they've basically revamped their denim collection. So it's a lot more there's a few more styles. But yeah, it's just sort of reimagining what they did really well before, and it's just better than ever. And obviously so affordable. So loving it. Yeah. How about you, Harriet? What are you wearing?
I am also head to toe high street, as in H&M, naked trousers, and mango shoes.
I love those shoes.
Everyone in the office has them. It's a quite unoriginal choice, but they are fab.
Are they comfy?
Nope, they're really. I don't know.
That's so upsetting.
So the last time I was on a podcast, I was wearing these YSL shoes, which obviously cost a lot more than these. They are just as uncomfortable.
Oh, fine.
And so I sort of feel like it's my foot. I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay. Right. I mean, look, you're not going to walk to work in them, are you?
Absolutely.
So they're just for tottering around the office in.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I am the flip-flops in the bag gal.
Boy, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a blazer from De Savary. I've had this for a year. And it's just so good. And a t-shirt and a bubble hem skirt from Arket. Arket is so good at the moment.
I was really surprised when you said that was Arket.
No, I've seen it on my Instagram. Is the algorithm is obsessed with that skirt.
It's really good, isn't it? It was an instant buy, actually. I don't do that very often these days, but I just saw it as I was scrolling and I was like, oh my God, I have to have it.
I love that feeling though. And then I try and benchmark that feeling against everything else. As in whenever something else enters my orbit, I'm like, yeah, but I didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
That's a good,
I think that's true. You should feel like that. I actually did feel like this. I saw it on Nat Chassé, this t-shirt, and I was just like, where is that from? That's so cool. She's like, okay. And it was on sale for £10.
Could easily, this whole look could easily be Miu Miu.
I was literally about to say, it's really giving Miu Miu.
It was, it was quite inspired. I can't lie by Miu Miu, but, we move. It's high street version girlies. Oh yeah, and the deck shoes are not Miu Miu. They are, I think, Jeffrey Campbell at Free People. But very good alternative. Right, should we dive into some new and noteworthy now, where we talk about some things we're loving, from TV to fashion to whatever. So, Harriet, come to you first.
Well, I think the first thing is I just finished 2 books. One is The Names, which I won't go into a huge amount about because I know it's already been talked about on this podcast, but if you haven't read it, read it. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Second one is a book called Dream State by Eric Puchner. He's an American author. And I just don't think it's a book that's going to like leave me very quickly at all. It's really hard to talk about the plot without spoiling it. So really I can only talk about the premise, which is it's about this girl who goes back to her fiance's ranch in Montana because they're going to get married there in like a couple of weeks. And she's there to sort of sort out some last minute bits. And her fiance can't quite come and meet her just yet because he's a doctor in LA. And he sends his best friend Garrett to kind of help her while she's there. And very quickly, this is not a spoiler, although it sounds like it should be.
I was going to say, I can predict what's about to happen.
Yeah, very quickly, she and Garrett realise that they are
the ones that
the better connection.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And
Juicy.
it's sort of the first, I would say within the first 20 pages, that whole situation implodes. And then the rest of the book is literally the rest of their lives and how everyone is affected by this sort of one decision.
Is he a brother?
No, he's not a
I
brother.
was going to say, it's giving Samurai Temperity.
No, it's not. Okay. Not everything is about Samurai Temperity. Oh my God. No, it's not quite brother vibes, although they are best friends. So I guess there is that like, you know, weird sort of familial closeness.
Yeah.
But the thing that I found really interesting was that because it sort of moves through the rest of their lives, it moves into the future. So beyond 2025, they move very quickly into like 2040, 2050, like it's, and the state of the world is actually...
I was going to say, are we still alive?
We're still alive, but oh my God, guys, the climate is not in good shape. Not in good shape at all.
That's really interesting though, that they've like taken in the political and like, you know, environmental climate.
And you've got two kind of very parallel threads, which is obviously their personal lives. And then, as you say, like the greater sort of world picture as a backdrop to all of that. And most of it is set in Montana. So the sort of devastation and the effects of climate are sort of felt very acutely there. And it's just, it's a rollicking ride.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing.
It's really good.
Really good.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'll add that to my book list. Although I'm in the book club.
I was going to
So
say,
I'm gonna
who's doing
finish
the book
that
club?
first.
Guys, I really want to, but I've been reading the same book for a year.
I thought you were a big audiobook girly.
I am, but then I was like, I need to make my brain, like, I need to read. So I've
I
moved
don't
off
think
of
you
audio.
do. I think sometimes you're either like you read with your ears or you read with your eyes, and you're reading with your
I
eyes.
don't judge, but I know what Sapna's saying, which is like, I find with audiobooks, I wish I was more of an audiobook girly because I feel like I could get so much more like under my belt, but my mind drifts.
That's
Mine
literally
does
it, because
too.
I'll do it on the tube and I'll start looking at someone and then just like completely zone out. So I feel like I wanted to read so I can actually like switch my brain off.
I think it's a bit like when people say like going to the gym versus swimming. Like with swimming, you can't have your phone in the water with you, so you literally have to be like alone with your thoughts. And I kind of feel like reading a physical book is the same concept in that you can't really be distracted by anything else.
Yeah, it's good sort of like real switch off time. Whereas like my partner's like he only reads via audiobook because he's a like classic bloke and always thinks that it's better to like multitask and like do two things at the same time. But I'm like, it's a joy, I think, to sit and just have that time. Anyway,
Yeah, bear with me. I'll finish that book and then I'll join the book club. Don't worry.
What is the book, out of curiosity?
What's the second one in full swing?
Oh, that's why you've been stuck on it for a year.
Is it rubbish?
Shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
In
I
my
don't
opinion.
mind it. It's a bit of like a lull. Like it's just kind
It's
of...
the weakest of the three, so
it?
there are going
Okay.
to be 5. But so if people don't already know, me and Sap are big fantasy people. And who got Sap onto ACOTAR?
It was you.
It was me. And then, so I pushed Fourth Wing on everyone as well. And then, but Iron Flame, sadly, I think is a real like clanger.
I actually think it's all right, but I've just been taking ages to read it, so I'll get through
Are you
that.
sure it's all right? I mean, like,
No, I actually like... There's like loads of sex and stuff. It's fine. Like it's keeping it going. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you get onto Onyx Storm, which is the third, you'll realise how bad Iron Flame actually
fine.
is.
Okay, fine.
Is there loads of sex in all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that like the main reason you love it?
No, actually, this series is like less about the sex than I would say ACOTAR is. Would you not
I
say?
even think with ACOTAR, like the feeling I have with those books, like particularly with when I got to Onyx Storm, which was only released in January, and it was like over a year's wait. I was like salivating at the bookshop door, like, let me have it. I described it to Heather at the time, and I was like, I'm just back with my friends. Like, I know that sounds so pathetic.
No, I get you.
But like, I just love all those characters. It's a Harry Potter feeling when you're I'm back at school with all my mates.
Because it's such like world building.
Yeah.
So you like, as soon as you read a couple pages, you're like, I'm back in there.
And you're like,
Okay.
classic Garrett.
Yeah.
Another thing I haven't got the memo about this time is Akatar and the white memo. So I need to join in, I think. Any other recs for us, Harriet?
The only other one is a neighbourhood restaurant, which I feel so actually embarrassed recommending because everyone who lives sort of even south of the river is going to be like, well, duh. But it is Taverna Trastevere on St John's Hill. I've literally lived on Lavender Hill, Battersea, Wandsworth for the last like over a decade. And I have only just discovered this restaurant because we wrote a piece on the site quite a long time ago now, I'm going to say over 6 months ago, which was we interviewed chefs about like their favourite hidden gem kind of restaurants. And someone mentioned this one. So out of no reason whatsoever, I booked a table and I've literally been there about 8 times.
Oh my God,
It
really?
is so good.
What should we order?
Well, they're known for carbonara is like their signature dish, but actually the whole thing's Italian and you just can't go wrong. I mean,
Anything,
it's all
basically.
crowd pleasers,
Delish.
but it's so good.
Okay, great. I'll add that to my list as well. Sapna, have you got any TV recs for us?
Yes, there's like one show I've been like properly watching and like waiting to come back, and that is Wednesday. So they released the first 4 or 5 episodes and they've just released the second, and I literally binged it all this weekend. I just love the show. It's very like, if you love a Stranger Things vibe, if you love a bit of like fantasy, a bit more like, it's a bit more gothy. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it, but it has been on my watch list
Yeah,
for
I think
ages.
you would like it. But yeah, it's quite. Some people watch it and don't get it. It is a bit camp. It's Tim Burton. It's like
theatrical.
a little bit, yeah, theatrical, a little bit like cringy, even a bit like Somewhere Time Pretty. But you just have to get through it because it's actually a good storyline. It is like the way it's shot, the costumes, everything are really really good. And it's not the like classic Addams Family, but it has like a nod to all of that as well. And the actors are amazing. But this season, the second half, we had a little cameo from Lady Gaga for about 30 seconds, but it was amazing.
I can't believe it's only 30 seconds. They've been hyping that up so bad.
I could be lying. It was probably 3 minutes. But like, honestly, she popped up onto screen as like a ghost, basically. And then she was gone. It was very,
my God.
Okay, bye.
It's kind of iconic.
I swear I read
Yeah.
something the other day, though, that was like her return to acting. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
it's
like
not
a return.
quite.
Is that
Not
really a
quite.
return? Yeah.
But she has written a song for the show.
Has she?
Which played for longer than she was in the show. But it's pretty good.
She probably got paid handsomely for it as
I was
well.
gonna say, she's making
I'm
that dollar.
sure she did.
Making bank.
Yeah. But that was very good. And then a show that I haven't started yet, but I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait for it to come out, is All's Fair. It's coming out, I think, on Disney Plus because it's a Hulu show. This is the one about
I
the
know,
divorce
yes.
lawyers. It's Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Tiana Taylor, Glenn Close. I've probably missed a few people there, but it is a really good cast. And like, I think Kim Kardashian is like the like ringleader. She's like the head lawyer. I don't know what you call them.
Head lawyer.
I don't know.
I think she's an attorney, yeah.
There we go.
Well, that's just the American
I'm
word
going
for
to learn
lawyer.
a lot more about lawyer speak when I watch the show.
Not a clue.
But whatever I've read about it, people are saying it's a mix between Sex and the City and Suits, which I'm like, yeah, I'm sold.
Ooh.
And it's Ryan Murphy, who obviously does all the
Yeah.
American Horror Stories and all of the like American Crime Story shows.
Well, doesn't the rumour go that he created this show for her because
her,
he was
yeah.
so, and I use this term loosely, impressed by her turn in American.
I thought she was honestly quite good in that
Did
show.
you?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
how come? No.
Really? No.
No, Sapna, she was so, the
I
wooden.
thought she was all right. I honestly thought she was all right. For someone who has never acted before, by the end of it, I think she's really getting like...
No,
you
how
know.
has someone who's never acted before got that kind like...
Yeah.
I know you can say because it's Kim Kardashian. Okay.
Yeah.
Is she going to be in the Olympics next? Like...
But I think, like, if you...
Do you know? But no, that's my point. Like, if we just
No, I
give
get
people
you.
these
I do
opportunities
get
for
you.
being
With
who
no,
they are,
like,
like,
No, I
background,
fully
yeah.
get that, and I'm so like against the whole nepo baby situation.
Yeah.
However, I think that if you like obviously watched Kardashians, what she was, her character in it was very different, and I do think that as acting, she wasn't just playing herself.
Yeah.
No, she was good in it. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited for this. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's got a pretty star-studded cast,
Yeah.
isn't it? Beyond Sarah Paulson, Naomi Watts.
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
fair, I am surprised those actresses would sign on to something like this, knowing she was going to be the star if they thought it was going to be crap.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
so
the thing.
maybe
I'm
it
sure
won't
the
be.
script was very good, and obviously it's Ryan Murphy,
Yeah.
and they all work with him or have in the past. So
Yeah. Give Kim a
Intriguing.
chance.
give a chance.
Maybe she's okay.
Yeah.
A reserved judgment.
Yeah, reserve the right to say she's too much after having watched it. Okay, great, thanks.
How about
will-
you, Paul?
I've got a book to recommend. I'm a similarly quite slow reader. I picked up a book on holiday because I had left my book on the plane and I was in my like little villa in Greece, and they had like a few books on the shelf, and I was pretty desperate. I'd just been like scrolling my phone for a couple of days, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to read a book. And I picked up Small Island by Andrea Levy. Have you ever read that?
I haven't, but when did that come out?
2004. It's a really old book, so it's not a new recommendation, but it's just amazing. It's one of those books that it was like a total happy accident. Just picked it up and thought, I'll give that a go. But it's, again, one of those books I think will stay with me for quite a long time. It has since been adapted, I think, to a National Theatre play and a BBC series, if that's more your jam. But it's set in 1948 after the Second World War and sort of post-Windrush. And it's about a woman called Queenie who takes in some Jamaicans to live in her house after her husband has kind of been fighting away in the war, and she needs lodgers basically to help pay her way. And it kind of tells the story from 4 different character perspectives and goes back in time a little bit to during the war and talks about how a number of people from the Caribbean sort of fought for Britain against Hitler. And I'm like kind of ashamed to say I didn't know enough about their contribution like to the war, I guess. And it really sort of opened my eyes to that. And then also subsequently how they were treated in Britain after they were kind of sort of said, come over, get a job. And you'll be welcomed with open arms because you helped fight the good fight. And it's kind of like sad and harrowing, but also like an amazing story. And I would really, really recommend it. It's an eye-opener. And then something slightly more light-hearted and silly. Me and my friends, right, we don't buy each other physical gifts for birthdays. We do experiences. And we went to this New Forest aqua park, which is like... I don't know if you ever watched Total Wipeout. It's like that. It's like an inflatable obstacle course in the middle of a lake.
Of course you went there.
And my friend got it for me for my birthday. It's like a very belated birthday present. And it was like one of the funniest things I have done in the last year. Like, I mean, it's just like slapstick, isn't it? Like watching people fall over is just unfortunately very funny. And it's just an hour of watching, or like you yourself and watching your friends fall over, like going over this obstacle course, slipping over, falling in the water. I have not laughed that much in like years. It was ridiculous. And I'm coming at it as like if you've got kids, take your kids there. But also, if you're an adult and you just like doing stupid stuff, go there as well. I mean, maybe don't go if you've got a pre-existing injury.
I was going to say, to what extent is it like fun at 25, slip disc at 35?
I mean, there were a couple of moments where I was like, that was a close call. I could have had like a dislocated shoulder or something. But so funny. Like, would like totally recommend.
So cue it's about you.
Don't think it's about you. Maybe just assess if you've got a back problem. Maybe give it a miss. Sit and watch your friends. But I'm a big fan. Anyway, let's move on to some fashion finds. I mean, it's a good time to be talking about fashion because there's so much newness. So I want to know, what have you got on your wish list?
I honestly, one of the things that I've been going for, you'll see it literally on me today, that I feel like is adding like a little something different to my looks, but it's actually a very affordable way to accessorize. It's blue light glasses. Yeah. And there are so many on H&M at the moment. And I honestly just did an order of like 3 different ones. Nice. And they do like, it also does just help your sight, like when you're looking at a screen all day. But yeah, so I've got these metallic silver ones. I've got some that are sort of the Miu Miu-esque, like they've got the tortoise shell on the top and then it's like no frame at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? Like the kind of...
Yes, I do, yeah.
That kind of shape. And then there's some gold ones. They've got like the actual Miu Miu, like really skinny librarian style glasses. Like there's just so many. But I feel like for when I kind of just want to wear quite basic outfits, it just adds a little something.
Do you need glasses like to see?
I actually do, yeah.
Okay, so these are just... This reminds me of like when I was like 6, I really, really wanted glasses. So I like tried to fake to my mum.
It's amazing how many people do this.
Yeah. I also wanted braces.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's because it was when like it wasn't Invisalign and everything. It was like the colourful ones and everyone had them. And I was like, I would quite like them. And then the dentist was like, go home. You do not need braces.
I was like clawing the door with my mum like trying to drag me into the orthodontist.
I obviously didn't know how painful they are now that I have Invisalign. Like back in the day, I'm glad I didn't get them. But yeah, I was the same with glasses. I was like trying to fake my eye test.
They are like an accessory. Yeah. They add something to an outfit, don't they?
And now you can get some quite affordable ones. So the H&M ones I think are about £10.
Anything else?
This is like quite a transitional period. It's kind of hard to know what to wear. Are we wearing coats? Don't really know.
Yeah.
There is a Frankie Shop jacket, which is like a long sort of trench style, but not. It's like in between a trench and a coat, I would say, in this slightly like khaki beigey colour. And I've like had my eye on it for probably a year or so. So I feel like it's time that now I'm still thinking about it. I might just do it. But it's like the perfect length, the perfect colour, shape. I mean, anything Frankie Shop just fits amazingly. I would quite like to go and try it on one more time just to make sure. But yeah, that is definitely on my radar at the moment.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Harriet, anything caught your eye?
Well, last year I decided that I wanted a navy cashmere jumper, which sounds like a really basic purchase, but I just couldn't find one that had the right fabrication for the right price. I was this close to getting the Almada one, but that is over like a £300 mark, so it just felt like cashmere. I don't really care what people say, like whatever price you're paying, it will bubble, like there is care involved, like you have to be careful. Anyway, I in the end invested in a different COS sweater that was also cashmere and grey. I wore it all the time and it was such a good buy. It didn't bubble particularly badly, and they this year have released a navy version. So I've already bought it.
That COS one, I think if we're talking about the same one, is just
it the one,
so
the green
good.
one that we've both got as well?
I think so, and I think maybe I got it in like cream as well.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
I do
excellent.
think COS knits are really difficult
good.
to beat. And yes, the price, this one I think was 229, so it's not obviously not quite a sort of like high street price in a typical sense, but I think for the quality, and I also think I was talking to Lou once about like the fit of knitwear, and it didn't ever occur to me that like fits of knitwear could be like modern or uncool. And she was saying, oh no, like I think the fit of this particular one is really modern and really like contemporary, and that's just never left me, and I think she's absolutely right. So yeah, highly recommend. And then the second one, I haven't pulled the plug yet because they are towards the £300 mark, but Massimo have this pair of leather long Bermuda shorts in this burgundy that are just
very hodge-coded.
It's very hodge-coded. She's
And
sitting
Emma
right
Bigger
here.
coded, I think. She loves a Bermuda short.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I've also edited like several pieces from Emma Bigger, who's our senior fashion editor, and she is also on the leather short train. And yeah, I'm feeling influenced, so maybe.
Gorge. Yeah, nice with a pair of like knee-high boots or something.
Yeah.
It's a sexy look, isn't it? Cute. Well, I've got a few bits on my wish list. I saw Smith sisters, Marianne, wearing some pink cords from a brand called High Cure. I don't know if you say that properly, but I don't know, something about them, like it's quite random, like pink cords. I did not see that one coming, but they're so lovely, and they're such a good sort of not quite wide, not quite like slim straight, but just like a nice relaxed fit, a little bit longer. They're sold out on net at the moment, which is really annoying because I wish I'd snapped them up, but I did find them on Farfetch.
Lovely.
So I might just like get those. I think that might be fun because it's quite hard to introduce colour into your autumn wardrobe. I like love wearing colour in the summer, but find it quite difficult into autumn, and I don't want to quite let that go. So I think I might just have to invest that with like a tee and a pair of trainers. And then I just bought a pair of boots, which feels maybe a little premature. But
this is the time to do it.
This is the time.
It's raining like every day.
No, it's very weird how suddenly like you can't get your dogs out anymore.
Yeah.
Like I was like a flip-flop girl all summer, and now I'm just like, it feels illegal.
Yeah, I wore them on the bus to go home yesterday, and I had exactly that feeling like this is
like
over.
No one should be seeing them now. It's weird. So yeah, I'm in boot mode, and these are a kind of almost patent leather. Not quite, they're not super shiny, but they've got a little shine to them with a mini kitten heel, a point, ankle boot. Just think they're going to be so useful, and I'm just really loving Massimo at the moment. Like as ever, they're really good, but like particularly right now, I'm like, obsessed. Very, very cool. And that's my lot. Right, before we move on, just a quick reminder to please do subscribe to the SheerLuxe Podcast. It really helps us to continue making the content we do. What have you been doing on the site? What's coming up? What should we look out for? Harriet?
Well, I always plug my own stuff when I'm on here.
As you should.
As I should. Because it always times up with the business edition release. That's not deliberate at all, by the way. It just happens to.
I do love the business edition.
It went live last Wednesday, and well, actually, by the time this goes out, it'll be like a week last Wednesday, but it's still pretty fresh content. And yeah, everyone go check it out. I think it's really different to what we do on like the rest of the site. It's a look at brands from a business point of view rather than a product point of view. And we've got some really good names in there this month. CEO of Fortnum & Mason sat down with us to talk about his kind of rules for making retail a success. We've got the co-founder of Mr. and Mrs. Smith has passed the torch to a new CEO, even though she is staying on it as chairman, and they talk together about how to make like business succession work. And then, we've also got How I Made It with Gail Federici, who started Colour Wow, but she also co-founded John Frieda back in the day. She's now in her 60s, and I think Forbes put her at like the 3rd richest self-made woman in America.
Wow.
So she has got some lessons to share.
God, I can't.
So cool.
Well, look forward to giving it a good old read. Sapna, what should we look out for?
Well, it's London Fashion Week coming up.
It
So
is.
along with all of our social content that we'll be doing, as per usual, I've actually got a really exciting interview coming up with Priya Aluwalia, who always shows at London Fashion Week. And she has just been, killing it year after year. But I feel like this year is going to be a really good year to speak to her about her next collection, but also her journey. And I'm really, really excited to speak to her.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
Good
really
one.
good. Yeah. My mustn't miss is an entirely selfish one. I don't have anything
Go for it,
from SheerLuxe,
please.
but I finally finished my kitchen and living room reno, which is for me feels like mustn't miss big news. Yeah. For no one else probably. No one gives a shit about it. But it's been going on for bloody ages, and I'm finally done. And we got the house, just that area, sort of professionally shot last week.
Amazing.
And it's been a real I think anyone who's renovated any part of the house will know it's a real learning curve. I'd do some things differently next time.
What's one thing you've learnt now that if you're doing a different part of the house, you wouldn't do it again?
So we've been really keen to try and do as much of the work as possible.
As in
which has
yourself?
been- as in Harry.
Oh, okay.
The royal we.
Whoa.
Which, is great in many ways because you can sort of save money. But I think it's also really worth weighing up how much that stress and time versus the reward.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I think, in some instances it's maybe we should have just paid someone to do that rather than you spending 5 weekends building a banquette seating area. Although it looks great.
Yeah, it does.
And just, having to deal with crappy tradespeople sometimes. But also when you get onto good tradespeople who are reliable and lovely, it's worth their weight in gold. So look after them, I would say. We had some lovely builders, Kieran and Ryan from KPS.
Shout
out. They're just the best. Based down in Bournemouth in the Hampshire area, but I would totally recommend them. And then I've also looked there are some things that are worth spending a little bit more on, our sofa.
Yeah.
It brings me joy every damn day.
Yeah.
We've got it's called the Wodge sofa from Loaf, and it's just so deep and comfy and just a sexy sofa.
Yeah.
And I fall asleep on it 3 nights a week. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
I do think anything that you're using every day, it's worth it. I'm about to move flat and I'm the one thing I'm going to invest in, I've already got a sofa, but the one thing I'm going to invest in is a bed and a mattress. And I'm
It's so worth it. And
because you're literally on everything, the pillows, the sheet, everything needs to be,
And you kind of feel oh gosh, that seems a lot in one go.
Yeah.
But you use it every day.
Exactly.
So it's totally worth it. And then I've got a salt and pepper grinder. Which is also, again, that is a bit sort of extra and fluffy. You don't really need that, but it's a Rebecca Udall set and it's kind of brass shaped. That's quite phallic, actually, the way I'm doing that. It's not phallic when you actually look at it. I'm describing it badly, and it's got a little handle around the top that you just do that. And they just look so goddamn nice on my island. So if you're looking for some salt and pepper shakers, I'd recommend those. But yeah, I'll be showing those on my socials very soon. And please be nice and go give it some love if you like it. Okay, let's go on to hot topics and celeb chat. Okay, so I think we all collectively want to talk about the VMAs.
Yeah.
We all have a lot of thoughts, feelings,
Yeah.
emotions. Harriet, you look sort of
I feel like we have
confused by
differing
it.
thoughts.
Okay. Well, I'm just confused as to why so many people who were nominated didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird.
That
isn't
seems
it?
to be happening a lot. There was another music awards thing. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was not the Teen Choice, something like that, a couple months ago, and the exact same thing happened. It was really lame. But that's why I thought this was less lame, because the performances were really good.
the performances were so good, except we have to talk about Ariana's like strange reaction to the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Have you seen that doing the rounds? So people are accusing her of having this like very dramatic performative reaction. So I think they did a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, obviously, because he recently passed away. And I think it was like Steven Tyler and some other people, like rock gods. Youngblood got up and they did like a trio thing, which to my mind, now I'm not like a pure rock fan. So I can't sit there and be like, sort of appreciate it for what it was, but Ariana Grande is in the audience and she literally looks like she's having a meltdown at how good it is. She's like, oh my god, oh god, like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, are you trying to tell us that you're like a closeted Ozzy Osbourne fan?
Yeah, who knew?
Or are you like a Steven Tyler or a Youngblood fan? Like, what's going on here? And basically people on the internet are basically saying this is complete bullshit. Like, she's still in her actress era and this is not genuine.
But can I say, there was literally a camera on her face for the entire thing.
She was because the only massive star there.
Why am I watching every single speech plus her split screen and her reactions?
Because there was literally no one else famous in the audience.
No.
Like, literally.
That was it, wasn't it? Just Ariana and Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. And they won the majority of the awards. Shocker. So part of me thinks, did they tell Taylor et al. That they hadn't won? So they just thought, well, fuck it. Because I think the strange thing, the Grammys get such a like, I don't know, they get such a hard time now because people say like they don't give the awards to the right people. Like, was it Taylor wasn't even nominated for
I do think she kind of missed the cutoff.
Yeah, she hasn't
and she's missed it this time with Life of Showgirl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out yet, obviously, but
That's what,
I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were like, oh, Grammy submission is the 31st of August, so why would she put out an album on the 3rd of October? And part of me thinks it's because she's stopped caring. Like, she's won Album of the Year like several times there. So, and now people are saying like the Grammys are meaningless because they give it to the wrong people all the time. And we know about Beyonce's like long-standing beef. So part of me thinks like, are the award shows just like, I don't know, are they just feeling irrelevant?
They are a little bit, and I feel like they're not reinventing them in any way, and I can't really think what that should be. Although the thing that I do love is the performances, and I like watching Sabrina Carpenter. She smashed it, and I love that she took it kind of to like a political level with the like trans rights and everything, and I think that's really nice that she used that time to support. Also, Tate McRae. I mean, the no shoes always like really stresses me out. Why she always dances with black shoes on, but she looked incredible. The dance was amazing. The fact she did, you know, the like her leg thing that she does. No. Do you know about it? She like does this thing and then she like goes backwards and her legs in there. Yeah, we'll show you in a sec. But
I feel like I don't keep up with these things.
I read the other day though that she's like quite badly injured.
Really?
Yeah,
from doing the moves.
From like
she's been flinging herself about too much.
The interview she did, she looked really good. I mean, she's on tour and she's still going, so it must be a lot. But she smashed it as well. I think Doja Cat performed. She looked amazing.
Yeah, she looked amazing.
What I will say though is I wasn't like that impressed by the outfits. Like,
well, I don't know if these are like fashion.
No, this is
awards?
true. They're not. But like, I was looking through like the internet and I was just like, there ain't no one here that I'm like, that's a look. The only person I did think was Ricky Martin. I was like, low-key, I'm like,
I did not expect that.
Sorry, is Ricky Martin hot? Like, I think he might be hot. No, he actually was. He was wearing like
Sapna, you're too young to remember him from like living the Vida Loca days.
Yeah,
like,
he was hot then. But like, he's kind of got hot. He's still hot. Like,
is he aging like fine wine?
He's aging like fine wine. He's obviously had his teeth done and stuff. But like,
fair.
He's wearing this like not quite buttoned down, maybe just like a big like deep V mint colour shirt, which sounds rank, and then these kind of like quite wide like oversized black trousers and some big like chunky boots on the red carpet. And I was like, that's actually quite a vibe, Ricky. Like, Ricky, you look great.
Actually vibe.
So he's my best dress.
Okay. Well, Sabrina Carpenter wore, not to the show, but after, she wore one of Cher's old dresses.
That's sick. I haven't seen that.
It's really cool. It's like this multicoloured, like really cool. Yeah. So that I did like that.
Okay, that is nice.
Yeah,
I've said it on this podcast before. Cher is my idol. So
really, yeah.
Every time I go to the hairdresser, I'm like Cher.
Just do me Cher. I saw a really funny TikTok this morning, and it was a gay guy saying like, people ask us as a gay couple of the daughter whether she has some strong female role models, and like, yeah, we're gay, of course she does. And then like turns to her and go, and it's got a green screen of Cher, and they're like, Bailey, who's that? And she goes, Auntie Cher.
Oh my God, I love that so much. That's the best.
I was like, yeah, very good. Anyway, we digress.
Yes.
We digress.
So
that
cool.
was the VMAs.
That was the VMAs. I Googled it because like, again, I'm like quite slow with keeping up with these like big events. But the like main thing that came up for me was just Youngblood and him getting his pubes out.
Oh. Oh, I did not see that.
That's what came up with me in my news.
In the performance?
No, I think he was just wearing because he was topless on the red carpet and was wearing very low slung trousers.
Yes, thankfully I've
which just
spared
had a little
that.
bit of pube coming out the top. Which I was a bit that is a bit weird. Put that away, dude.
Yeah.
But it was causing a bit of a furore in a way that usually is assigned to women who are
That's fair. I mean,
dressed.
at least a guy took the heat for once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of feel like these award shows, they're not Oscar Golden Globe moments.
No, they're not.
Everyone does something a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's Lady Gaga's
just
new
need to-
dress or whatever.
Yeah.
Get people talking, I suppose. All right, well, that was the VMAs. Thanks for your lowdown, ladies. And let's talk about some beauty. We've got a ride or die product right now, and I want to know what it is.
Yeah,
Harriet.
I mean, mine is, I don't think it's a new launch, but I've just gone through 5 bottles of it. It is the Nip and Fab Ceramide Fix Serum. And I just love it. Do you know
Really?
do you know those products where it's the texture, you put it on your face and you instantly feel the goodness?
Yeah.
Whereas others the tingle and the burn and you think, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
We're in
It's
trouble.
when you find that one that you're like, oh, this is working for myself.
The way I even rub it between my fingertips, I'm like, oh, this is so nice. And I just love it. It is a bit spenny. I think it's about £29.
I mean, for a serum,
that's
that's pretty
okay.
good.
It depends what people's sort of benchmark is, and I appreciate that's not going to be in
So
everyone's
many
budget.
are
but
so expensive. So all right. Isn't
but
it?
it is, you can get it at Boots. You don't have to order it from anywhere fancy. And I just think my skin is the sort of skin that just reacts to every single bloody thing on the planet. So, and this has just been calming, hydrating, juicy. I love it.
Great. That Sapna is the resident beauty expert.
Well, I couldn't think of one. I've got a bit of a sleep cocktail that I've been using at the moment.
Okay.
Basically, not throughout the summer, pre-summer, I was not sleeping. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get to sleep. But now I've nailed my pre-bed routine. So in the shower, it's the L'Occitane shower oil. Something about that, the
So
smell of it,
nice.
the feel of it, it just gets me there. Then go to the bed, spritz it with the L'Occitane night spray or the neon one. It's both of them are very
neon.
lavendery. They just get you in the mood. Then I don't know if you guys have ever tried them, but they're pod diffusers from Neon. They are literally the best because there's loads of diffusers out there and I've tried quite a few, but this one is very concentrated because you put the whole bottle into the thing and it diffuses it and it lasts forever. I've literally had it for months now, but literally press it before bed and it fills the room with the lavender smell. Then if that wasn't enough, I then take one of the Diome supplements, which is a natural sleep thing basically. And I've always thought that sleep tablets or whatever are for when you really can't get to sleep and you pop one, whatever.
Yeah.
This is something you're meant to take every night, like a vitamin essentially. And it's not about knocking you out, although it really does. It's more just about making you feel rested when you wake up. And it's about you take it every day like a vitamin and it just makes your whole everything just feel better. It's got loads of things in it. I cannot remember what exactly, but it's just full of goodness. And
That's the downside sometimes of sleeping tablets is obviously you wake up feeling so groggy.
Exactly, because I've had is it melatonin?
Yeah.
I've had those tablets before and it did not make me feel good.
Really?
These you just wake up and you're I slept well.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear
So
that,
really,
babes.
really rate it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than not being able to sleep.
it's
So
torture.
some good tips in there.
Yeah. How about you, Chloe?
Mine's a makeup product. It's I actually saw you did a video on these, the Hourglass Curator palettes.
So good.
They are so good.
really good, yeah.
I was very kindly sent this one, and there's a few different colorways I think, and my favorite is the Idealist one, and I'm a bit of a lazy gal when it comes to makeup. I like to just have the same thing every day and then be able to build it up. And I think what I like about this palette is the bottom left color I just stick on for the daytime. It's quite a good just daily color, and then the other colors you can then build up to make it a bit more evening. So you can literally just keep a small 4-color palette in your makeup bag and just know that you can build it up. And I think it works quite nicely with my skin tone and my eye color and stuff. But yeah, and the kind of formulation feels really nice.
Very
and
blendable.
Very blendable. Again, I'm not that good at makeup, and it's just super easy for me to put on, and I've been loving it and wearing it every day.
Love that.
So yeah, would recommend those. Again, they're a little bit more spenny, but I think you can really tell the quality.
Yeah.
You know what I
Getting
mean?
what you pay for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also the brush that goes with.
Oh,
also
yeah.
very nice. All right, let's jump into some listener dilemmas. From awkward social scenarios to fashion advice and tricky situations, we've got you covered. So let's dive into the first one. I've been offered a big promotion at work, but it means even longer hours and less time with my family. Do I take the career leap now or prioritize balance?
That is such a hard one because you would think with like a new role, there's always an element of dropping a few things to like balance that out. But I know that's not always the case.
Yeah.
I feel like that is then in your hands to be like, look, I want to make this work. I want to progress my career. I want to do this and that, but I can't do everything. What can I now leave behind? Surely that's fair enough.
That is fair enough, but I would say that it sounds like she's a working mum and like, I don't know, she says with her family. So presumably if she's talking about sort of the unit, then I think that is a really difficult thing to say because, you know, I agree with you that like you can make certain sacrifices at different times in your life, but the minute you become a parent, it's very difficult to put anything above that. I mean, it's interesting that she said like the first sort of thought seems to be like negative about taking this job. It doesn't seem like she's actually that excited. And I think it's a bit like what we were talking about with fashion purchases earlier, which is like if you're not getting that gut feeling that this is the right move, then maybe it isn't.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say though is like take it, get it on your CV, do it for a year. If it doesn't work out, do something else.
That's so true. Nothing's permanent.
You know, it's not, you're not sort of signing up for a jail sentence. So these things in life, they can be changed if they're not right.
I do also think like if you're up for this promotion, whatever, people obviously think you're right for it. So why not go into it with a few like boundaries?
Yes.
If that sounds questions. Like in questions and be
go
like,
to your
look,
employer and say,
I want to do this, but these are my kind of non-negotiables. I can't, you know, be working every night at this time. I've got a child, whatever, and try and approach it that way. Because if someone wants you enough, they'll make it work.
And equally, if they come down on you like a ton of bricks and say, absolutely not, you need to be here at like
don't
beck
wanna
and
be there.
call, then you've kind of got your answer, which is that these people are going to be unrelenting and it sounds like you might be miserable. So maybe it's not the right fit. It's a tricky one because men obviously don't get faced with the
I was just thinking that like you
problem.
just probably don't get the same
Or have to even
moral
think about
dilemma.
Have to even think about it. So again, you know, if she's married, talk to her partner, whether it's a man or another woman, you know, talk to your partner, see how it can work for all of you. It shouldn't all be all on you to make a situation work. You have to approach it as a team.
Good advice, girls. Thanks. All right, let's go on to the next one. I just got engaged and I'm over the moon, but my fiance picked a ring that really isn't my style.
Sap, this isn't you, is it?
It's not me. I mean,
surely not. That is
Surely not.
The most stunning ring I've ever seen. Do I drop hints about changing it or keep quiet because it's the thought that counts?
Okay, seriously, this is like one of my like big worries.
And it's a concern, isn't it?
That's
It's so hard because he has picked it and...
Because Ryan picked yours on his own, yes?
Yeah.
Did
With
Harry,
my best friend, but yes.
But you said you'd made a Pinterest board.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did Harry pick yours on his own or did you steer him?
Like I had dropped like heavy hints about the style that I like.
Okay.
So, but he did then go away and like have it made like himself.
okay.
But like, I know that's because he like checked out what I like.
Yeah.
It's quite, it's bold, I think, for any person proposing to not go off like a hint or just picking one off the bat. And again, like, you do have to wear it every day for the rest of your life. I think I personally, if this happened to me, would suck it up for a few years. I know
Really?
that
And
seems
then
like
lose
wild.
it. No, I'm joking.
And then
That is, no.
I know, and then lose it. No, or just then a few years down the line, say, I feel like my taste has evolved a bit. Could we look at getting it remodeled? And then you could, use the stones, do it together. I do just think it's like a really sensitive subject and like just it could potentially like ruin your lovely little engagement bubble to be like, don't like the ring. I know it's hard because if it's not your style, it's hard to look past that. But I do just think you have to look at the bigger picture a bit. Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I think I don't think I could stay quiet. Yeah. I think I would have to say
couldn't
like,
stay
I love
quiet.
you. Thank you very much. This is so lovely. But the ring is
a
not
no.
quite right for me. Thank you so much for trying.
Do you think Ryan would be okay with that though?
Yes, I think so because he knows how much I would care about it. And it's something you wear every day, right? You don't want to be going into your office and being embarrassed that you don't like it. no one else is going to know, but like if you don't like it.
Harriet, have you like dropped any hints?
Yes, major
Okay,
hints. And like we've looked in stores, not in stores, but like we've looked in windows and I've been like, oh, I like this, I don't like that.
Good.
He's also, even though I work in a fashion world, he knows I'm not a fashion like editor. And I think he also, this sounds terrible, but I think he thinks what I do is like quite silly. Like for people who don't know, he was in the Navy for like 14 years. Like
different worlds.
Yeah, he has served his country. He's like, this is the stuff that matters.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah. So I think if I then threw a tantrum over the ring, he'd be like, this is about our commitment and our love. But also like, we don't have like a huge amount of money. So I'd be really upset if he spent like a big chunk of money on something that I then don't like. So I think just from now on, I'm just going to have to really ram it home that he's got to propose with a filler ring, like literally something from Claire's Accessories that can be like
then
put in a special
like,
box as a like that was a moment thing, and then we can go together. But it does. It gives
doesn't
me
really
anxiety.
help the person asking the question. Yeah, I mean, we have two different views on this.
Yeah, it's really
maybe she could like do it sort of through third parties. So like if someone says to her like, oh, that's your ring's so beautiful, she'd be like, yeah, it's like really different to what I would have chosen actually. Whereas so then you're not saying like I hate it, but if you say that sort of thing enough in company where he's there, he might start to get the idea that maybe he's not hit the mark.
I think it really depends on the partner as well.
It really depends.
You've got to know their vibe. Like, are they going to be crying about it? Are they going to have put their whole life and soul into choosing this and like feel really upset about it? Or were they choosing something they thought you were going to like and actually they're like, oh, well, if you don't, then that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe like try and ask him, presumably it's him. Oh, so like what was, how did you decide? Like what was your process? I'd love to hear more about that. And if it's just like, oh, I went to whoever and thought that one looked nice and I thought I'd buy it. It sounds that maybe a bit more like, okay, he's just gone and bought something he thinks is nice. But if he's like taken the time to like design it and really thought about it, then perhaps give it a couple of years.
Yeah.
But also it might be a thing that you had an idea in your head of what you wanted it to look like and they created something that in their mind represented you, and maybe in time you'll come to like it because actually it will just remind you that they have created something for you.
So we're not going down the Samantha route of wrong ring, wrong guy.
Yeah.
That's what she says to Carrie about Aiden.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And frankly, she was right.
She was right. Oh, God. Good luck, girl.
Good luck.
If you're listening.
I'd love to hear a follow-up on that.
I would,
Seriously,
yeah,
I
please let
almost
us
feel
know.
like I need to know her like advice.
I know. Please write in again. All right, one more, I think. I'm torn between saving for a property or continuing to travel while I can. Which investment is more valuable in the long run, memories or bricks and mortar? Ooh.
Well, it's not a very good time to buy a house, so I feel like
It never is.
It never is.
It never is.
No.
I bought mine in 2016. We voted to leave the European Union that year. And everyone was like, you've done terribly. This is a terrible decision.
No one tells you it's like a good time.
And I suspect my flat's probably gone up like by 50 grand already.
Yeah.
Just because of where it is. It's in London. And it just is.
Yeah.
And like stamp duty and stuff changes all the time. There's never a good time to buy a house. Obviously, what's going to stand you in good stead in long term is property. Like, there's no two ways to be around the bush. But it depends on your situation.
Yeah.
Are you being helped by parents? Are you not? Are you with a partner where you could split that sort of financial burden a bit more? Are you not? Like, I think it really depends on sort of how your whole life looks together. And sort of just ultimately what kind of person you are. If you're the kind of person who's going to lie on your deathbed and be like, I wish I travelled more, then travel.
I also really think it depends on your age, which maybe a lot of people wouldn't agree with. But I think if you're young, if you're in your 20s, because I had this exact same thing. A couple of years ago, I was like, I really feel like I need a property. I need to invest. I need to not be flushing my rent down the drain and it needs to all come back to me. And I really wanted to buy a house. But then I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the biggest financial burden on myself. It's going to be a huge stress on myself. And actually, I think to actually travel and to use my money for what I'm doing right now would be better in the long run. And in a few years' time, when it's not going to be a huge burden, then I'll buy something.
You're right to point out the burden side of things, because I think a lot of people look at property purchasing as like the removal of stress. Believe me, it's not. You know, if things go wrong on your property and you own it, you're the one sorting it out, and they're a money pit. And even if you eventually sell, you are paying capital gains tax and all the rest of it. So, you know, what you actually reap back in investment is going to hopefully be what you paid, but it won't probably actually be that much more unless we're talking like you've stayed there for 30 years.
Yeah, it's not the ultimate sort of ticket to making it, is it? Buying a property. Obviously, it's a huge achievement if you do it. Yeah. But it's
more like if you have that lump sum and you want to protect it, then yes, there are very few investments out there that exist with the same sort of security. But if you're talking about like, I want to set myself up for like a financial future, well, you're going to presumably be living in these properties, so it's not like you've sort of got those, it's not like you've sort of set yourself a savings up that you can then like dip into in the future. It's going to be locked in. So it depends how your life works. If you're the sort of person who, when the boiler breaks, you want to be able to call the landlord and be like, not my problem, then, you know, do as the Germans do.
It's cliche, isn't it? But there's that saying about how travel is the only thing in life that you spend money on that makes you richer. And I honestly think like traveling makes you kind of more interesting. It gives you more cultured, gives you these kind of like big life experiences to dwell on, and it kind of expands your world, like quite literally, you know, beyond your little bubble that you know. I think it's very much dependent on age, but if you can and you're not quite ready to sort of settle, because I do think perhaps like once you buy a house and in fact you've like kind of ploughed all your money into that, and perhaps it's then a bit harder to then decide you want to go and live in Portugal for 3 months or whatever, like, because you've got, you know, somewhere to...
It might not also be such a binary situation. Is it a real either or? Like, could it be that you spend the next couple of years focusing on the house, and then within 3 years, as long as you're earning, you know, as long as there's income, you could find yourself in a place where there's definitely at least one trip a year.
I also think there are pros and cons of the sort of renting versus buying situation. I think there's a really big pressure on people as you get to a certain age that you really should be buying a house now and you really should be doing this. But it's a bit like, if you're renting, there's also benefits in that. You're living somewhere that has flexibility. Your job might change. You might want to travel. You might want to go to a different country. You're not tied somewhere. Whereas if you're buying, obviously, yes, that comes back to you later on. But you've just, it really depends on your life and what you want to do. So I think don't be pressured into it by what other people around you are doing as well.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, ladies. That concludes today's episode. Thank you so much to Harriet and Sapna for joining, and to you at home for listening or watching. Thanks for tuning in, and do remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us a review, and please do tell a friend. It does help us to continue creating this content. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you next time.